Hi, Avni. How are you?
Hi Anand, Himali here. How are you? Good
Yeah,
afternoon.
Himali. I'm good. Good afternoon. I'm good.
Yeah, so let's wait for some time so that everybody can join.
Mhm.
Okay, so I will just make you the host in few minutes so that you can share your screen.
Sure, we'll do that.
Yeah. Presentation then.
Okay,
Okay, fine. So you can able to share the screen.
fine. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can able to see.
Okay, fine. So let's start. Uh, so I can start, right? Or we need to wait for another
No,
guys
no,
to
no. You
join.
can proceed. They will join it later on. You can proceed further.
Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anand, and I'm the recruitment head for the Rushford Business School. So today it's a great pleasure to meet you all virtually, and we are giving a training to you about where we will discuss about the Rushford Business School, the programs we offered, the admission criteria, eligibility criteria, the admission process, visa related informations, and I will explain in different phases. And at the end, we will have a question answer session. But don't feel like you have to, ask the question at the end. If you have the question, just raise your hand, and I will take your questions. Okay, so let me start this. So we were established in 2012, and we have the headquarters in Geneva. And Mr. Tufel Said is the president of Rushford Business School. Now we had come up with the campus in Lucerne, Switzerland, and the second campus is in Berlin, Germany. If I talk about some facts and figure about the Rushford, so we are having 4-star QS rating as per 2022 QS star rating system. We are offering more than 50 plus programs in online mode and as well as the on-campus mode. Right now, we have 45 nationalities. We have the alumni base of more than 9,000. And if you talk about the regions where our students get placed in terms of the employment, so Europe is the first, then America, third is the Asia. Top sector where they get hired is the healthcare, FMCG, and the pharma. Now, why study in Rushford? This is a very upcoming questions which is asked by most of the partner. So, of course, one reason is excellence in teaching, because if you know the Swiss education system, it's very good. And if you know, like the IB board is basically originated in Switzerland. So academically, the academic structure in the Switzerland is very well advanced in compared to the any other European countries. We are offering a huge amount of very good amount of scholarship and the tuition fees help to the student. We have multi-country study pathway. We have mentorship program, global immersion program, and a student success team. So I will explain about these points in more details in the next slides. Why study in Switzerland? I believe you all will be aware of this. As I mentioned, learn international language. Plus, this country is located between the France and the Germany, and these both countries are very strong in terms of the economic right now. Plus, it's in Switzerland you have a lot of research going on, so you have a wide-ranging study programs in Switzerland. Competitive economy is also there. Now, some accreditations and affiliations what we have right now. So we are certified by ADIQUA. ADIQUA is a Swiss-based certification which is given by the government, and they authorize the institution to run the program. We are also the member of AACSB. Uh, I believe this. I believe you all are aware of what is this. 1 second. Sorry guys, there is some repairing work going on. So if you're getting some noise, 1 second, let me change the setting.
So Anand, you can proceed. It's totally fine.
Okay, that's good. So as I mentioned, like we are certified by ADEQUA and AACSB, and we also the member of AACSB, and AACSB is basically the US based organization who affiliate all the business schools. Now, these are our partners. So ESDST and GemSlate, they are the sister concern partner of the Rushford Business School. So they are basically belongs to the Rushford School, Business School. Now the students are getting the dual degree. One is from the Rushford Business School and second is from the University of Buckingham. So all the student by default, if they are doing the MBA or they are doing MSc or they are doing BBA, they are getting a dual degree. These other institutes and the universities, they are our academic partners. These are the companies where our alumni are working right now. Now, this is the point which I said, like we will discuss in more details. So mentorship program. So what is the advantage of the mentorship program? So in this mentorship program, what we are doing, we are connecting our new student to our alumni. Alumni who is already working in the industry like from last 4-5 years. And the reason, what is the reason to connect them? So basically the most important thing is like this will immediately help the new student to make a good contacts in the industry. And I believe you all agree with me, nowadays contacts in the industry is very, very helpful in terms of to getting a good opportunity, in terms of getting a good internship, in terms of getting a good workshops or good guidance. So it is very, very important. Now, the second benefit is like the mentors are basically helping the student to complete the assignments, the projects. If they have any queries, they are allowed to talk to the mentor. And this mentor is remain with the student for next 18 months. So it's basically they are getting a kind of a helping hand. And I believe if you all recall our college life where we had taken help from the seniors, and it's very helpful for us. In fact, we pass out the college and when we go for the industry, for the job, and if we have someone senior over working over there, definitely we get a priority over there. So this kind of help is given by the mentors, and that's the reason we had introduced into the system. Second point we have is the global immersion program. So global immersion program, what we do basically, we take the student to our partner university. As I mentioned, like the universities, the students are getting the dual degree. One is from the Rushford Business School and second is from the University of Buckingham. So what happened, the student will be sent to the University of Buckingham campus. They are spending 7 to 10 days over there. They will be taught by the faculties, regular faculties over there. They were in the classroom, regular classroom. So this will give a kind of a exposure. They will come to know like, okay, what is the, the education pattern, the system, this university is working. And this will really help them in terms of exploring the new opportunity in the industry. Now, focus on the development. This is very much important, especially for the students. We do the personality assessment for all the students to just to find out like what is the strength and what is the weakness of the particular student. And this is mandatory for all the students. We are conducting this assessment for all the students. Now, after this, we have a career support system. So what happened after the assessment, we figure out with the come out with the report, and in that report, we give the report to our counselor, career counselor. Now the career counselor is the person who guides the student and who suggests the student what need to be done. For an example, I'm just giving an example. Like for an example, we have one student who is very good in analytical skill, but communication part he is not very sound. So we cannot suggest a job in where he needs a lot of communication, like for an example, sales and marketing, customer relations, something like that. He cannot talk over there, but he is good for the job which is more related to the analytical part where he has to play with the numbers, So like finance, accounting part, those kind of job is very preferred by the that particular student. So those kind of differentiation will be given by the counselor, and they are helping them, and they are suggesting them like, okay, this industry, this domain is good for you. For an example, if someone is very keen, like, okay, I want to do the finance and accounting, and he's not good with the numbers and the calculation, of course, that's not the right field for him. So based on the interest and the choice, the strength, the counselor is going to help them. After that, we conduct a lot of workshops to help the student to make them updated as per the industry requirement, because these workshops were conducted by the highly skilled professionals in the from the industry. Mentoring program, as I mentioned. Now we have the job search resources and the interview preparation. So what we are doing, we do a lot of mock session with the students so that they will be ready with the interview the moment they complete the program. Rushford Business School have a target, like the moment the student complete the program, they are likely to get a job. So our first priority is to give the job. Now, all the programs which I am going to discuss in the next slide, they all are coming up with the internship, and it's a paid internship. So the duration of the internship will be 3 to 6 months. So if they are doing a kind of a 3 month internship, so they are making something near around 7,500 to 8,000 CHF for the 3 month duration. Now, this is the glimpse of the Lucerne campus. This is the building where we are located. Now, these are the programs what we have. So we have MBA programs for 1.5 years, and we also have an MBA for 1 year. Suppose if you find a student who says like, sir, I don't want to spend 1.5 years, I just want to complete 1 year MBA. He can do that. He will get only 60 ECTS without a specialization. So he will do 1 year MBA, which is a general MBA without a specialization with 60 ECTS. Now, he may came to the problem where some of the university in the globe, they said like, we need minimum 90 ECTS. 60 ECTS is not equivalent for the PhD, qualify for the PhD admission. So there are some university who accept that, but there are few university who doesn't accept. They need minimum 90 ECTS or 120 ECTS. However, if you see the programs specialization, we have global banking and finance, human resource management, entrepreneurship, logistic and supply chain, international marketing, strategic leadership, business analytics, data science, machine learning, and AI, artificial intelligence, healthcare management. So these programs are open for all the bachelor. So if suppose if we have a student from BA in, for an example, history, and he wants to do the business analytics, yes, he can apply for the MBA in business analytics. Then he may ask you like, sir, why, how can I do the, the technical things? Because I had done the, this is in history. So I'm not aware of the well versed with the computer. So what happened? We will take the extra classes for him. We will teach the Python language to him. After that, he will be included in the, or he will be adjusted in the classroom. So that initiative will be taken by the institute, but these programs are quite open for all the bachelor program. Now talk about the MSc programs. These MSc programs are basically suggested for the student who had done the BTech in the CS, computer science, or information technology, and other computer domain or other technical domain. So we have in MSc, we have artificial intelligence for robotics, big data, business analytics, data science, machine learning, and AI, sustainable innovation and entrepreneurship. So these all programs we have, and the duration of this program is 18 months. We have the bachelor program, which is the duration is for 3 years. Because in Europe, you find most of the bachelor is for 4 years. However, with us, they can do 3-year bachelor and 1.5-year master. So within 4.5 years, they are completing all the bachelor and master studies. These are all our key faculties. Student testimony, application and admission. Till now, any question from anyone? Anyone have any question? Feel free to ask.
Anand, maybe we can, cover out the questions at the end of the webinar.
Okay, that's
Okay,
good.
because maybe they can write in the QA box or the chat box.
Understood.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you.
So now the admission process, the eligibility criteria. If the student is applying for a bachelor program, they should have 55% and above in 10th and 12th. And if the student is applying for master program, they should have 55% and above in the bachelor. So in both the cases, they need the last academic should be 55%, and they need minimum 5.5 in the IELTS and TOEFL. PTE and Duolingo is basically depending upon country to country, but South Asia region, the Swiss embassy doesn't accept the PTE and Duolingo. They accept only the IELTS and the TOEFL. So now we have a dedicated platform for the partner where they can upload the document. So what initial document is required is the passport, degree, diploma, English proficiency certificate, CV, SOP, and motivational letter. I will show you how exactly this platform is going to work. Just allow me for 1 minute. Just 1 second. Okay. So here you have the benefit to see all the application from your end. And you can also figure out all the communication from our side to them. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen one more time. So you guys can see the page over here, right? So you have to click apply.rushford.ch. Then you will get the advisor login, which Join in Campus will help you out how to do that. I'm just giving a random example. So this is how it's going to work. Now you can register a new applicant, new application over here. And you can see at your end, you can see all the application who is submitted to the Rushford Business School, the programs, the status, and everything. You can also understood whatever the email communication we send to the student. So you really don't have to running behind me and asking me like, okay, what's the status of this particular student? So all the invoices, everything is there. So for you, it's one of the you can utilize this as a tool, and you can upload the document if anything is pending at your end or from the student side. For an example, the student had done the payment. Now you have to upload the receipt. So you can do it at your end. You don't have to really send a mail to me and ask me to like, okay, Anand, upload the document to the student profile and all those things. So a lot of work is removed. The clerical job is removed. Only the the major communication will be reflected over here, and it's very handy with you guys. Okay, so now, so this is what I had explained to you. Now, after submission of application with the document, once you upload all the document to the portal which I had suggested you, we conduct a personal interview. So personal interview we do because to understand the profile, because I believe you all agree with me, like there are many things which we came to know when we are filing the visa, you know. So the students has the nature to hide the things or hide the information from us. Most of the cases I realized, like in the past experiences as well, they inform the things at the very last moment where we don't have enough time to correctify or rectify the same thing. So that's the problem. So what happened, like in this personal interview, we will figure it out, like, okay, his finance is okay or not, his ITR is okay or not, and what other things he need to be done or he has to take care while submitting the file and all those things. So after that, we release the conditional offer letter. But if you realize, like as a partner, we give you the authority to judge the candidate. If you realize like, okay, this student is quite okay to go because his communication is good, his finance is good, then in that case, we will go on your judgment and we can release the conditional offer letter immediately within 24 hours. But the recommendation should come from your side, like, okay, you have to inform me, like, Anand, this candidate is good, his communication is good because I had spoken 5 times, 10 times, whatever. His finance is very strong because I met with his father, and he's very good in term, like he's having a very good business and all those things. So we will directly go with on your judgment, and we can release the conditional offer letter. After releasing the conditional offer letter, they need to make a deposit of 3000 CHF, which is a refundable amount in case of visa rejection. After that, we send the final admission letter, and once the student receive the final admission letter, then they can start preparing for the visa. I believe most of you are aware of the Swiss visa, but let me explain it one more time. What happened after getting the final acceptance letter, the student has to take the appointment from VFS to with the for the Swiss embassy to submit the document. They submit all the document, like academic document, financial document, except the passport. So what happened, the embassy collect all the document, they do the initial kind of interview, like they ask the basic question, why you want to go in Switzerland, why Rushford, why this program, all those things. After that, they forward all the document to the Lucerne authority, the cantonment, respective cantonment. So the cantonment do the verification with us. Like, okay, I got the application for this particular student. Is he enrolled with you? Had you sent the final acceptance letter to this student? And then it's our job to give the confirmation and inform them, okay, yes, this is a genuine student. He had applied for this particular program. So all those things, all those information will be given by us. And after verifying all this information, they give a pre-approval letter to the student. Now, once the student receive the pre-approval letter, then they need to pay the balance 1 year fees and the 6 month of accommodation. After that, once they will make the payment, they have to submit the receipt to the Delhi embassy, and the stamping will be done on the passport. So this is the normal process which the Swiss embassy follows. This is different in terms of like few European countries, because few European countries the embassy has the full right. They have the upper hand, but in case of Switzerland, respective cantonment has the upper hand. So if they find the visa is not correct or is not genuine or something is lacking out, so they will inform us, and we will inform the student, or we will inform to you. Like, say this particular student, we need a very strong motivation letter, or we need more funds, something like that. So that's how the complete visa process will work. Now, the most important thing for you is like, one second. Okay, so our intake will be starting in the month of June and July. So the nearest intake what we have is the June, July, and the deadline is 30th of April. But we increase the deadline in terms of if we have, if you find the application is very good and they need less time, because ideally it takes near around 4 to 5 weeks for the visa decision and all those stuff. So if you find like, okay, the student profile is good to go, is everything ready, you can make the application in a very shorter period of time. So we can extend the date till 10th of May or 15th of May, something like that. Now, based on we had recently launched a very massive scholarship offer for our student. So this is the scholarship what we are offering to the student. So for the entire 18-month program, MBA with the specialization, the tuition fees is 24,000 CHF. However, we are giving the scholarship up to 55%. So after that, deducting of scholarship, the fees will be 10,800 CHF. The 6-month accommodation is 3,900. If they want, they can choose our accommodation. If not, they can choose some other accommodation, but the 6-month accommodation is required. They have to submit the receipt along with the full fees receipt. There's a one-time fees, 2,000 CHF. So total fees will be 16,700 CHF. For the bachelor program, the fees is 8,000 CHF per year. This 2,000 admin fees is a one-time fees, and then every year they have to pay only 8,000 CHF. This chart is basically for the shared accommodation, and below, if you see, it's a single accommodation scenario. Now, a few information related to the visa. it's like for the visa related information, I could say the show money is something near around 20 to 25 lakh. Now, once the student get the pre-approval, so they have to take the money from that itself. They don't have to arrange some different fund to make the payment. So what happened, like at the time of visa submission, they take a letter of or the bank certificate which says like this account holder is having this much of balance in terms of the liquid fund, in terms of the FD and all those things. So what happened, we submit that letter to the embassy. Once we got the pre-approval, you deduct that amount and you pay the tuition fees and the accommodation part. So that's how the whole financial exchange will be work out at the end. Now the other important financial document is the 2 years of ITR, 3 to 6 months of bank statement, a sponsorship letter. So these are the basic document which is required. Now you can ask me any questions if you have. I already got one question. Can the student apply without IELTS? Is it mandatory to have IELTS TOEFL score? What is the requirement of TOEFL score? See, we need a minimum 90. TOEFL is something around 90. If I equivalent it, 1 second. TOEFL is something around 90. IBT is 58, PBT is 490, CBT is 167 plus. I got a question where multi-country pathway. Yes, sorry, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. So now we have the flexibility, like if a student wants to do the 1 year in Switzerland, they can do 1 year. And for the next 6 months, he can move to this Germany. And still he is eligible for the 18 months of PSW. Now, if you compare with the German, directly German progression with the Switzerland progression, you find Swiss has a very low risk in terms of the financial part, because we need only the deposits and the balance amount you are paying once you get the confirmation. Okay. And then you are making the full payment. But if you directly apply for the Germany, then you have to put the block account, you have to put, you have a lot of waiting period, and then you are making the, applying for the visa. And that also you are not sure whether the visa is approved or not. So that risk is very less in if you are talking about the Switzerland. So yes, you have the pathway for the Switzerland to Germany after 1 year, or even after 6 months also you can try to move out to the Germany. And that is and the another benefit is like I believe you all are aware of Switzerland is a part of a Schengen region. So Schengen to Schengen is quite easier because we had already got the approval from one of the European country. So the transition, the success rate is very, very high. I could say the rejection rate is less than 1%. So the student has a very high chance to get a visa from the Switzerland to the Germany. Where is the Swiss embassy? Can we apply in Chennai? No, Swiss embassy is in New Delhi. So the student has to come there and then they have to physically apply the document, submit the document. The fees will remain same in Germany. Yes, either the student is completing the program in Switzerland or in Germany, there is no change in the fees. It remains same. The scholarship is also the remains same. Everything is remains same. Please explain the visa procedure once again. Okay. So the visa process, what I suggested you, after receiving the final acceptance letter, what happened? The student needs to take the appointment to the VFS. Okay. Then the given date, they have to submit the document to the Delhi embassy. So they have to submit academic document, the college acceptance letter, everything, except the passport. Now, the whole set of document were sent to the Lucerne cantonment, and cantonment do the verification with the Rushford Business School. So what happened? Embassy works as a platform. So they collect all the document, they pass on all the document to the cantonment. Now cantonment is doing the interaction with the institute. So they will talk to us and they will inform us like, okay, for an example, Mr. Ram had submitted the application for MBA. Kindly verify the details, whether he had genuinely he had applied for your program or not. Once we give the verification, yes, Mr. Ram is our genuine student. He had paid, he had applied for this particular program, and they are satisfied with the document. So they will send you the pre-approval letter. In pre-approval letter, it's once the student receives the pre-approval letter, he needs to pay the balance tuition fees, like 1 year fees, and the 6 months of accommodation. Now the student has two choices. Either they choose the university, the college accommodation, which we are offering in the sharing basis. So they have to pay to us along with the tuition fees. If not, if someone is having some relative or some kind of some connection, they can make the payment over there, take the receipt or the agreement for the 6 months, and they submit it along with the payment receipt to the Delhi embassy, and they get the stamp on that. So that's the visa process. I hope, am I clear, Mr. Vikash? We have a question. Can you explain the visa process again? I had just done that. Total fees is 16,007 after a scholarship. No, 16,000. Yes, 16,700 CHF is for the entire 18-month program and with the accommodation of 6 months, sharing basis. As for the master program, the student has to pay all this amount before visa is approved. No, actually the student pre-visa is already approved. After the approval only he has to pay the full fees. Before visa, he is only paying the deposit fees, not the full fees. Is there any post-study work visa? See, for an example, Switzerland, if you talk about, they have only 6 months of PSW. But to address this query, that's the reason we have a pathway to the Germany. So if someone is very keen, like I'm 100% focused only for the PSW. So they have a pathway for the Germany. They can move to the Germany for the last 6 months, and they will get the 18 months of PSW. So that's the chances with them. What are the chances of a student getting job in Switzerland after the completing of this? This is very good question basically, and we have a tie-up and we have the signing the agreement with the HR consultancies over there, and internship, if you talk about, they are the paid internship. So we are guaranteed, the internship up to 3 to 6 months. So if they are getting the minimum internship of 3 months, they are easily making 7,500 to 8,000 CHF or euro, you can say that. And they are already in the industry. So for them to get place is much easier than the new student. After it, I hope I answer this query, Mr. Murthy. After 18-month PSW, can we get a work permit? Yes, of course. Within the PSW itself, if you are getting a job, you can use your work permit over there. The visa will be changed into the work permit. What is the work permit duration? What is the post-study work permit? If he is moving to the Germany, the PSW is applicable. 18-month PSW he is getting. What is the or while filing the visa or mandatory to submit while applying for that? See, for admission, we don't need the apostille document, but for the visa part, yes. Everyone is aware of the scenario in the India right now, the documentation, the forge of the documentation. So it's suggested to have the apostille document so that you and me as an institute, we both are safe. So I recommend after when they are going to apply for the visa, at least ask them to do the apostille of the academic document and then they submit it to the embassy. Swiss PSW is 6 months, not 9 months. Yes, thank you, Murthy. Any other queries? What are the settlement option after getting a job? If it is talking about the Germany, yes, Germany is quite open in the terms of PR options. Switzerland, I will not say very flexible, but yes, you have the opportunity. Once your visa is converted into the work visa, then after 3-4 years, you can apply for the PR options. If a student moves to Germany, where they will study? Yeah, they will be studying in the Rushford. As I mentioned earlier, like we have 2 campuses. One is in the Lucerne and second is in the Germany. So now the student is coming to the Rushford campus only, not in the any other campuses. And that's the reason they are eligible for the 18 month of PSW. The logic behind is like they are not changing the institute. This is just like they are doing some portion of the program in the Germany, which belongs to the same institute. How much amount we have to show for living? As I mentioned, like we need to show something near around 20 to 25 lakh, and in this amount only they have to make the final the payment of the tuition fees or the accommodation fees. Should the student be the do the part-time job beside the study? Yes, the students can do the part-time job, which is 20 hours per week. And the best part in the Switzerland, you will be surprised, for our wages is 21 CHF, approximately 20 to 21 CHF. So it's a very high in terms of the any other European country, because if we talk about Germany pay only 10 to 12 euro per hour. However, Switzerland, it's something near around more than 20 CHF per hour. So the students can definitely make a good money. Funds requirement for the visa, can the student show recent fund? Yes, the student can show the recent fund. The only thing is like they have a proper justification of the fund. For an example, we find someone whose annual income is like, let's assume 3 lakh, and suddenly there is a cash flow of let's assume 20 lakh or 25 lakh. So the embassy may ask like, how you got this 25 lakh, where you got it. So if he has some justification, for an example, educational loan, or if he had sell some property or some land, something, so he can put along with the visa application so that it justify the reason of the cash flow. Living expenses for 1 year, Abhirami. Do you have global MBA? It's a global MBA only. If the student have visa rejection from other country, we can give a try, but if it is from the European Union, then we discuss on application to application, because European Union, I believe you all aware of, they have the data for last 5 years. So if something is very smaller one in terms of like the financial issues or something, motivational issue, something like that, then we can do that. If there is something very serious, then it's suggested not to take those kind of application. But you have to share the the rejection letter once before processing the application, because then we will figure it out like what is the exact reason. However, the embassy doesn't give the very clear-cut answer like what is the main reason for the rejection, but we can figure it out like what can be done. Okay. How much amount ITR should be? See, if you talk about the ideal situation of the ITR, the annual income should be something near around 8 to 10 lakh. If the family has the annual income source, which is having something around 8 to 10 lakh, then it's quite accepted. How much a study gap do you accept for bachelor and master? See, we are okay with the study gap. We are just worried about, or the Swiss embassy is more concerned about the upper age limit. So upper age limit is maximum 32. So if you have someone below than that, and if he has the proper justification, then we can take those applications. How many sponsors? I would recommend, like if it is a blood relation, immediate blood relation, it is more suggested and more likely to get the visa. So if it is an immediate blood relation, it's good. Like one person is good, because if we make 2-3% sponsored, then we have to furnish too many documents. And again, like the embassy guys, if you are, I believe you all are aware of, they list bother about and they hardly see the full document, full set of document. So it's better to submit the document which is asked and which is very much required. Yes, guys. Any other questions?
So, Anand, for bachelors, what will be the particular age limit, that till this much of age you can accept the applications?
See, they have not segregated any kind of age limit for the bachelor and master. Their concern is like the age limit, upper age limit is 32. Below
Okay.
that, they are accepting all the application.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think most of all, we are given all the, answers to the questions because obviously it's very informative and especially the visa part and the financial
Mhm.
part. So it's really useful. So I think,
I got
yeah,
one
you have few
question.
questions. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So what is the tuition fees for the bachelor? Okay, let me share this screen one more time because then it is. I'm explaining this one more time to you all. Okay. So I'm explaining one more time. So for MBA with the specialization, MBA and MSc, if they are going for the shared accommodation, or if you guys can take a screenshot, that is better. So if they are going for the shared accommodation, the fees will be 16,700 if they choose the sharing accommodation for 6 months. Because the tuition fees is 10,800, admin fees is 2,000. So 12,800 is the fees which they have to pay. It's academic fees or the tuition fees. 3,900 which they are paying is for the accommodation. If they go for the shared basis, they have to pay 3,900. If they are going for the single occupancy, then they have to pay 5,100. So this is the scenario what we have with the accommodation part. And the fees structure is like 8,000 for the bachelor. Admin fees is applicable for the first year. Rest next year, they have to pay only 8,000 CHF per year. So 24,000 CHF is for the entire bachelor program. Okay. I hope I explain. I'm clear, Mr. Murthy. Do you need any work experience for the MBA? No, we don't need any work experience. We can accept all the fresher student as well. Internship available for all MSc program. Yes, internship is available for all the program, not only the MSc, MBA, and the bachelor. It's for every program for 3 to 6 months. 3 months is the minimum one, and the 6 month is the maximum one. So minimum, if they are doing the internship for the 3 months, they can easily make 7,500 euro to 8,000 euro minimum. And if they are going for the 6 month, of course, you double the amount. Can we get the recording of the session? Yes, you can check with the joining campus. I think
Yes, we will share the recording. Yeah.
Himali will help you out.
Yes.
3 years bachelor can be accepted. Yes, 3-year bachelor are accepted, and cross bachelors are also accepted for the programs. So there is no restrictions, especially for the management program. But for MSc programs, yes, we need either the prior experience or prior academic exposure. If those things are there, then we can go ahead with the MSc. If they don't have anything like that, then they have to choose the MBA program. Okay, guys, any new question?
Anand, can you share this presentation also to me so that I can, forward it to my team and the associates?
Yes,
So it
yes,
will be
I will
helpful.
do that. I will do that.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Anything else, guys? Any further queries? And you all can contact Himali and join in campus for the application process, because as I mentioned, our last date is 30th of April. We can extend it in few cases if we find the application is almost completed. So in that case, we can extend it. Else the last date will be like 30th of April. So let us know, and yeah, I'm happy to assist you guys.
I think one last question is there for you.
Who can apply for MSc program computer science background? Yes, MSc is only for the technical student who had done either the BTech in CS, IT, something like that, or they have the prior exposure, work experience, like 2-3 years of work exposure in that. Then they can choose this kind of program, MSc programs, not the general bachelor. For general bachelor, we have MBA in different specialization. Thanks, Vijay.
Thank
Fine.
you so much, Anand, once again for this wonderful and useful session. Really, it was very informative. Thanks
Thank
for
you,
your
guys.
time.
Thank you, Himali. Thanks, guys. And be in touch and let me know if you have any queries through Himali.
Of
And
course,
I'm
we are
always
looking
here
forward
to help
for
you.
good upcoming
Yep.
intake. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Nice
Anand.
meeting you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye.